going on? Vitai Dubin is here from ProfitWithVitai.com, and on today's episode 196 of my daily inspirational show, I want to talk to you about one of the laws of duplication called the time gap law. And if you learn and apply this law, you're going to create so much massive duplication inside your organization unbelievably well if you learn and apply this law. So as you sponsor more people, as you bring more people into your organization, you are not going to stand on your way of the growth of your organization. So let me explain the time gap law. Imagine a situation that you are sponsoring people, you learn how to do that, like I brought 14 people into my team in the last 7 days. You learn how to sponsor more people, your team grows. Now what happens is, imagine everybody on your team then starts coming to you and asking you a question. For example, how to generate leads. And what you do is you go on, and start explaining to your team member on the phone how to generate leads. Now, if you do that, you're going to create unbelievable frustration in everybody, and you will stall the growth of your organization. Let me explain to you why. Because most people tend to stand in their way of the growth of their organization. So as you on the phone explain to this person, let's say that you know 100% well this topic, how to generate more leads, okay? So you go and spend an hour on the phone with them explaining how to do that. Well, first of all, you're probably going to convey, if you're really good, 60%, maybe 50% of what you know. Now this person then, when he applies the strategy, he only got 50% of what you have to him. And when he explained that back to his team member, now this strategy now becomes from 50% to 25%. Like a broken telephone, right? Like imagine this Chinese game, you whisper something on the ear, you tell a story, and then this person tells another person a story. Now the story is not 100%, it's only 50%, and next person gets only 25%, and the next person gets 25%, and then the last person has absolutely no idea what to do, right? So this number one, what happens. The second thing, you are just you're losing time. You're not making any money at all when you are doing that. While you can be sponsoring more people, you can be selling more products, you can be doing profit income producing activities, and instead of that, you are taking your precious time, you're not making any money at all, and you are hindering the growth of the team member. You're hindering their growth because they're not getting the source of the information, and it's never ever duplicate, because what you're teaching them to do is, hey, you need to go and spend your time teaching your team members how to answer this question, and they're not going to grow doing that. So what you need to do instead? Well, you need to read and point them to third-party tools, to third-party webinars, to third-party trainings, to go to events, introducing them to third-party experts, and telling stories. That's your job as a leader of your organization. So what do I mean by that? So let's say somebody asks you a question, how to generate a lead. What you say is, you can tell a story, all right? You can tell a story, and then you can point them to a training inside the product, or inside a webinar, or invite them to the next hangout, to the next webinar, so they will get the answer to their question. What will be more useful for you to do? Sit for an hour and explain to one team member how to do something, or invite all of your team members to your hangout and answer the question for everybody, or point them to a product where they can buy the product themselves, go through it, and learn the answers to them questions. Because what happens is, if you do that, they can do it too. They don't have to explain everything. They can just learn how to point their team members to the third-party tools, to third-party system, to third-party products, that they can get the answers to them. It's going to save you time, unbelievable amount of time. It's going to save you, and earning more money, because you'll be doing income producing activities, and you are going to create massive growth inside your organization. So it's just one of the laws of duplication. There are many laws, there are formulas, there are ways that you can build a massive team inside the organization. I'm going through this journey right now that learning how to do that by learning a team building formula product, right? Very powerful product. So anyways, I hope that it is helpful for you and give you some ideas and tips how you can stop wasting time and standing in your way of the growth of the duplication inside the organization. My vision is to free 100 families per year. I want to help everybody on my team to win their freedom in life, to stop working at the job that they hate, to really make the kind of income that they deserve to make. And I believe in you. I believe in you that you can do it. Whatever it is your vision is, whatever your goal is, you can make it happen. So this is it for today's daily inspirational show. If you're not on my list, go to my blog at profitwithitalian.com, subscribe to my newsletter, stay up to date with all the webinars and hangouts and trainings and new blog posts that I release on a regular basis, and get my 5-step daily profit action plan. It's going to break down for you everything I do on a daily basis to produce results. With that being said, I want to remind you to always dream bigger and think bigger and play even bigger in business and in life. Talk to you tomorrow.